Hi there geeks! Welcome to our new video, where we are going to talk you through 12 interesting facts about countries around the world. Wonder what country is home to the most overweight people, or in what country you go 7 years back in time? You will know at the end of this video. Sit back, relax and enjoy. The first one we're going to start with is Australia. Australia is the only continent in the world to have no active volcanoes, because the area does not have any plate boundaries. There are remnants of volcanoes in Australia, but the last time one erupted was approximately 5,000 years ago. So you can worry about being bitten by a spider, kicked by a kangaroo, or coming face to face with the world's most poisonous snakes, but you do not need to worry about dramatic volcano eruptions during your stay in the outback. Number 2. The country with most lakes is Canada. While the US boasts many impressive lakes, Canada takes the cake for the country with the most lakes in the world. In fact, Canada contains more lakes than the rest of the world combined. Over 60% of all lakes in the world, to be exact. Altogether, there are upwards of 2 million lakes in Canada with a total land area of 10 million square kilometers. Impressive. Number 3. The national anthem of Ladonia. Ladonia does not only have one, but two national anthems. And that's not it. One of the anthems is a song on Ladonia's freedom, but the second one is more interesting. It is the sound of a stone thrown into water. That's not the only interesting fact about Ladonia that the brains of geography trivia nerds will probably explode. For starters, Ladonia is a 1 square kilometer plot of land inside a nature reserve in southern Sweden. Not a single citizen lives there. In January 2022, at the last census, Ladonia had 26,558 registered non-resident citizens. Last but not least, Ladonia has its own time zone, which is 3 minutes behind of Sweden. Number 4. All of China is on Beijing time, despite geographically spanning over 5 time zones. Though China is almost as wide as the continental United States, the whole country is officially in just one time zone, Beijing time. So when it's 7 a.m. in the Forbidden City in Beijing, it's also officially 7 a.m. 2,000 miles to the west in Urumqi, the capital of the Xinjiang region, even if the stars are still out there. Number 5. When living in Guatemala, you need to know your languages. Why? There are 23 native languages recognized by the government in Guatemala. The main language is Spanish, which is spoken by 93% of the population, but there are also 22 native languages of Maya, Xinca, and Garifuna citizens that are officially recognized as well. The majority of the languages are Mayan, while the two exceptions, Garifuna and Xincan, have Caribbean and unknown origins. For reference, less than 1% of the total population of Guatemala speaks these two languages. Number 6. Germany consumes the most chocolate per year with approximately 11 kilos a year per person. The world's average chocolate consumption is estimated 0.9 kilograms per capita per year. European countries show significantly higher averages. The average per capita chocolate consumption in Europe is estimated at 5.0 kilograms per capita per year. The largest chocolate consumers in the world are the Germans, with a per capita consumption of 11 kilograms per year. Immediately followed by Switzerland with 9.7 kilograms per capita. Number 7. In Denmark, citizens have to select baby names from a list of government-approved names. Denmark is one such nation that has unusual naming laws. Parents can only choose a name from a list of 7,000 names. The laws also require that the name must show the gender of the child and not be unusual. Furthermore, surnames cannot be the first ones. Imaginative spelling of the usual names is also not permissible under these laws. The names must be in line with Danish orthography. Better be careful. Number 8. Norway is home to the most overweight people in the world. Not many people even know the Republic of Norway exists. It's a tiny island in Micronesia, a sub-region of Oceania, measuring just 8 square miles. Norway is larger than just 2 other countries, the Vatican City and Monaco. There really isn't room for much. Norway has no protected areas, no World Heritage sites, no rivers, and just 30 kilometers of roads. Norwegians are the most overweight people in the world. More than 70% of the population in this country is categorized as obese and overweight. Number 9. Both China and Russia are bordered by 14 countries. You probably guessed one of these, but technically we have a tie. China and Russia are such large countries that you almost forget that quite a few countries line their borders. Aside from each other, they share 3 other countries at their borders: Kazakhstan, Mongolia, and North Korea. Of all 24 countries involved, the shortest border length is the 17 kilometers border between North Korea and Russia, and the longest is the 7,512 kilometers border between Russia and Kazakhstan. Number 10. Egypt and pyramids are almost synonymous, but did you know there are pyramids in Sudan too? Even better, not Egypt, but Sudan has the most pyramids in the world. Nubia, a region in South Egypt and North Sudan, has 255 pyramids in Sudan, twice the number of Egypt. After ruling Egypt's 25th dynasty, the Nubian pharaohs fled to Sudan and formed the Kushite kingdom, incorporating the Egyptian culture in their new city. Despite being smaller than the famous Egyptian pyramids of Giza, Nubian pyramids are just as magnificent and culturally valuable. Number 11. The national animal of Scotland is the unicorn. With Scotland being famed for its love for and long history of myths and legends, it is no surprise that a fabled creature such as the unicorn is Scotland's national animal. Unicorns have been linked to Scotland for centuries. In Celtic mythology, the unicorn was a symbol of purity and innocence, as well as masculinity and power. Tales of dominance and chivalry associated with the unicorn may be why it was chosen as Scotland's national animal. Number 12. You're always 7 years behind in Ethiopia. Just like the Gregorian calendar, the one most of us are on, the Ethiopian calendar marks Christ's birth as the starting point. However, following alternate calculations of the Annunciation of Christ, the Ethiopian calendar is 7 to 8 years behind. The most interesting differences are the yearly holidays. Unlike the rest of the world, Ethiopia celebrates New Year's on September 11th and Christmas on January 7th. Well, that was the last fact of this video. We hope that we could show you something interesting, so you learned something new and pushed your trivia skills to the next level. Please subscribe to our channel to get the newest country facts and support us in making this content. Thank you for watching.